This isn't the typical billionaire mindset, morning routine video. Wake up at 3 a.m. and do a cold shower for an hour and jerk off to money. This is a practical routine that I use on my dopamine detox that you can use to overcome your addictions and start enjoying life again. Before I found self-improvement, my morning routine, it went something like this, right? During the summer, I'd wake up decently early compared to what most people did at the time. I'd wake up at like 8 a.m., something like that. Get in my first nut of the day, of course. And then I'd stay in this weird limbo state where I was between sleeping and between being awake, where I'd just lay in my bed, just, half conscious, on my phone, scrolling on Instagram. And I would do that for at least like an hour, 2 hours. Just wasting time, not even doing anything, not even enjoying it, man. Looking at some memes on Instagram that I can barely even process, just laying there fucking getting some back pain. It wasn't good, man. I couldn't be productive during the rest of the day, because how can you be productive when your first hour of the day is spent, laying on your ass, staring at ass on Instagram? I don't know about you, man, but when I wake up early, I just feel productive. Even if I don't do anything, I just feel productive. It feels like how you feel like when it's like midnight and you're, watching some fucking motivational shit and you want to start getting your life together and you start doing push-ups, in the fucking pitch black. That's how it feels like when you wake up early. So I'm going to tell you now my morning routine that I'm doing right now on this dopamine detox. So number one, I wake up early, right, at 5:30 a.m. And like I said, I needed to wake up early or I just couldn't be productive. And you might be saying, oh, well, there's millionaires on Instagram and YouTube who wake up at 2 p.m. and there's some guys out there that can make it work by waking up, in the afternoon. But how's that been going for you so far? And the main advice for this is just go to bed earlier so you can still get enough sleep while still waking up early. Because what else are you doing anyway, man? Anything from like 10 p.m., 9 p.m. onward that you do in your day, it's just bullshit. You're not doing anything productive. You're not doing anything that you need to do. You're not doing anything actually of value. You just are on Instagram, scrolling on Instagram or on TikTok, watching some fucking Netflix. You're snapping some girl that just got fucked the night before. Like, the fuck's wrong with you, man? You're not missing out on anything. Oh, but pussy and then parties. You weren't getting invited anyway, man. The only reason you should be staying up late is to read the Bible. So after I wake up, I, take a piss. And then I do something that I just started to do, on this dopamine detox, which is cold showers first thing in the morning. After I take my piss, before I even, check my phone or put in music or go make breakfast, I step in that shower, turn it all the way cold, man. And then after, mentally preparing myself for it, I turn the fucking shower head on and then just get sprayed with that fucking freezing ass water, man. Bro, it sucks, man. It's painful, it's terrible. It's the last thing I want to do in the morning, bro. I hate fucking cold water, man. I love a hot shower, man. That hot shower water, just fucking on your back, bro. It's so good, man. But it's the last thing I want to do in the morning, so it's the first thing I do. So I get that done, and then I get that, dopamine increase. I feel like I just did an 8-ball. And the purpose of cold showers, because everyone talks about, the testosterone and the recovery for the muscle recovery and all this fucking bullshit. And if it does boost testosterone and do all these things, then hey, I'll take it, man. But that's not why I do it. I fuck all the self-improvement YouTubers who make it about testosterone and all this fucking bullshit. I do it because it fucking sucks, man. Because it takes a shitload of discipline when first thing in the morning when you're not even conscious. Like I said, bro, it's the last thing you want to do. So in doing that daily and fighting that battle, and going through that struggle, it builds up that discipline XP, especially being the first thing you do in the morning. You've built momentum. You can keep doing those activities that require high discipline, whether it's exercise, putting in work, going up to girls or, whatever it is. I do my shower, get dressed, and then I go and make my breakfast, right? My high calorie, muscle building breakfast. I take fucking 6 eggs, crack them one-handed. And then with those eggs, I'll have a shake with a banana, which I don't like bananas. I don't like the shape of them, but they're pretty good in smoothies. Then 70 to 80 grams of peanut butter, 2 scoops of protein powder, and then some berries, just for, dramatic effect. And I prepare all that, and before I eat it, I put on a banging tune, I turn off my Morgan Wallen country music that I've been listening to. Then I put on some, fucking Andrew Tate edits, music, right? I put that on, then I drop and do 30 push-ups straight. And then once I'm done, I'm allowed to eat. And I do that every morning. Before I'm allowed to eat, I have to do those 30 push-ups straight, right? And the reason I do that is because this past summer, I was doing some training with, one of my football coaches, the strength and conditioning coach. It was a Saturday morning and we were doing our training out in this park, and he tells us to drop and do 25 push-ups. And I fucking realized while doing these 25 push-ups that I'm fucking weak at push-ups. And it pissed me off, to be honest. I'm like, why the hell can't I do this, man? I've been fucking lifting weights. Why can't I do these push-ups all the way to the ground, all the way up? And my coach, he tells me that every morning and every evening, right? When you wake up and when you go to bed, do 25 push-ups. I don't care if you have to do 10, then another 10, then 5, or split it up, whatever you have to do. Get done 25 push-ups when you wake up and before you go to bed. And ever since then, that's what I've been doing. And I started at 25, and then I worked up to do 25 all in one set, and then now I worked up to do 30 in one set. And then who knows, one day, man, fucking 100 push-ups right in the morning. And just like the cold showers, I do this for discipline. Obviously, those 30 push-ups won't build me fucking crazy muscle or anything, and I do it for discipline. I do it because I'm making myself work for my food. Not to fucking overhype it, but I'm conditioning my mind to work to get food, work for the reward, right? Just like back in the fucking caveman days, man. We had to fucking go out running, we have to go out chasing some fucking boar and fucking slay this boar to get food, to get a breakfast that morning. And now we can just wake up after a bender of 3 nuts the night before and go and make a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So I do my 30 push-ups, eat my, breakfast for the gains, And while I'm eating my breakfast, I'm doing my mental health practices. So I'm doing gratitude journaling and humility journaling. And then I do my meditation later. And if you don't know, gratitude journaling is just on my phone, I have a document. I write down every day 5 things that I'm grateful for. And I spend that time while I'm writing it, thinking about why I'm grateful for it and just feeling that gratitude, state of mind. And the purpose of gratitude journaling, it sounds so fucking, zen and, CBD gummies and, wearing sandals on the beach type of thing. It sounds so like fruity and vegan. But the benefits from it are incredible. Because what you're doing is, you're doing this every day. You're training your mind. You're conditioning your mind to think positively. Everyone always tells you, think positive. Look on the bright side. But it's just shit advice, man. But what if you could just condition your brain so when some shit happens, when something doesn't go your way, when you hit a failure, when you hit an obstacle, when that girl rejects you, when you get fucking slapped in your face by that chick, when you try to go and talk to her, when that shitty stuff happens, you have conditioned your mind at this point for days and days to be grateful for whatever happens and take advantage of the shitty things that happen. And not only that, but just be grateful for all the great things that you have, for the family, for your buddies, your homies, for simple things like the fucking sunshine, the weather, having a nice day, or the grass, or going on a hike, or just being grateful and fully enjoying the little things. That's why people are so fucking depressed nowadays. They're not grateful for anything. They have the whole fucking world, man. Someone like 1,000 years ago would be dreaming about having all this. And then you just, you throw it off, I'm depressed and I need to take my antidepressants. And of course, this isn't something that you can just force yourself to do, like during your day, right? It comes from conditioning and training your mind through gratitude journaling. And I also do humility journaling, which I write one thing every day that I need to improve on. And this just keeps me fighting my ego, right? Because I have a huge fucking ego. Some of it earned, some of it not, but it keeps me on my goals, keeps me on my shit, right? I write down, okay, my one business task for today is to do this, to email this guy, or I gotta do this, or I gotta go up to that girl, or I gotta, tell my buddy with this, or whatever, right? And then once I'm finished my breakfast, I'll take 20 seconds and I'll do an end goal visualization. You've probably heard of success visualizations, but you've probably never done it yet. So I'm gonna tell you right now, no bullshit, how to do this, because it sounds fucking, like I said, it sounds zen, it sounds fucking weird vegan shit. So what I do is I just close my eyes and I imagine a certain scenario, and I think about this scenario every day. It's the same scenario of that end goal that I want to hit. So for me right now, it's hitting 10K subscribers on YouTube. So I'm imagining this very specific situation that I've, detailed out, where I'm in the fucking library of my school. I have a laptop, which I don't even fucking have yet, but I have a laptop and it's got the subscriber count and it's, 9,999. And, my buddies are around, we're getting hyped. And then it fucking hits 10,000. I'm like, hey, I'm looking to my buddy at the side of me, to the left of me. And I'm fucking dabbing him up. I'm like, let's fucking go. And I'm going nuts, I'm fucking dancing the stereo love, And I have that entire situation just in a second of a moment. I can just pick up on that situation, that visualization, and just close my eyes and imagine that. And what I'm doing is I'm telling my success mechanism, I'm telling my mind, my body, that this is the goal that we need to achieve. This is what we need to go after. This is the end point. Now, how do we get there? I'm going to make a full video on visualizations, self-hypnosis, but that's a very simple version that you can start today. And you can use this for any goal you have. You can imagine, getting that girl's number, the girl handing back your phone with her number in it and giving you a smile. Or fucking hitting that PR, putting that bar, back on the fucking rack. And then after I do my breakfast and I do my visualization, I go do whatever I gotta do to get ready for school. And then before I leave, I do 5 minutes of meditation. I'll sit down, put my phone to the side, close my eyes, and just focus on my breath for 5 minutes. I set a timer on my phone. 5 minutes isn't that much, but it's something, right? It's something that I need to, get more into. Probably 10 minutes is probably what I would max out at, because after a certain point, meditation becomes, and believe me, bro, I'm there with you, but I've done fucking 20-minute and 30-minute meditation sessions before, but it's not something that I do daily, and I don't think I would want to do that daily. Maybe 10 Probably 10 minutes is where I'd want to max out at. Because after a certain point, it's like, okay, I gotta get shit done. Like, I gotta get shit done. I gotta work my business. I gotta work on YouTube. I gotta make things happen, right? But that doesn't mean that meditation doesn't have its benefits. For me, the main thing with meditation is it's a step back from everything. It's a step back from, training my mind to be less anxious. It's training for my mind to be more present and not having so much bullshit thoughts just clustering in all over my mind. And of course that happens during meditation. I get thoughts and I'm starting to think about things and I wander off. But once I notice that, I just direct myself, back to my breath, breathing in and breathing out. And I keep going, right? I don't let it discourage me. And that's what guys will do. They'll fucking try meditation and they'll be like, oh yeah, I can't focus on my breath. I keep thinking other things. It isn't working. I can't do this. Like, yeah, the whole point of it was that your mind isn't present. The whole point of it is that you have too many thoughts and you're too, fucking anxious and you have all these bullshit thoughts. You're doing the meditation to get rid of that. Or not get rid of that, but to improve on that. Of course you have thoughts, coming in and you're getting distracted. It's because you haven't done it before, because you're new to it and you're just starting out. Like, I've been doing this for over a year now. I've been doing this for almost, I want to say a year and a half, well, more than a year and a half, and I still get, thoughts during meditation. Of course, we're not going to be perfect at it. But the whole point of it is so we can improve ourselves, to get better than we were last time. Shout out Coach Greg. And guys will try meditation once or fucking a few days in a row and then they'll just quit because they don't see results. And what I say to that is, do you think a farmer goes out to, the market, buys some seeds, plants it in his field and wakes up the next morning and looks out and sees no plants grown and then yells, scam. Scam, it was a scam. Bullshit, not real. Nah, bro. He knows that it takes time to see the progress, even though it's being made there. Even though, he watered the seeds and, they're growing in there. The water's, doing fucking, I don't know, fucking osmosis. I don't fucking know the fucking science. But progress is being made below the dirt. You just can't see it yet. But the farmer knows it's there. So he trusts in it and he's patient. And then one day the plants will grow and he's got fucking crops in his yard. It's the same with meditation. You have to give it time, man. Just because you don't see the progress yet doesn't mean you're not making it. And then I do my meditation, and then I go off to school, or on a weekend, I'll go off to do whatever tasks I have to do that day. Probably do some weightlifting, and then do, my YouTube tasks. All right, bro, go to bed early tonight. And don't fucking text her, bro. Don't text her. Don't be afraid to give up the good for the great. Peace out.